Mazda3 Saloon is the four-door version of this Japanese brand's engaging family hatch. This notchback body style is one not many manufacturers bother to offer in the family hatch segment these days, but it's welcome in this case, and here we're going to find out why.
Here's a car that bucks the trend. It's conventionally shaped when fashion says it should be an SUV. It's got a normally aspirated engine when virtually every other car on the road has a turbo. And it's also that rarest of things, an affordable, volume-branded compact saloon. Welcome to the Mazda3 Saloon. It was originally called the Mazda3 Fastback. The Japanese brand reckoned that moniker might make the car more likely to sell, and it does need some help. Compact saloons don't traditionally do very well in our market unless they come with a premium price tag and a posh badge on the bonnet. But this one might carve out a useful niche for itself, and here we're going to find out why. We think the Mazda 3 in any form is one of the best handling family hatch sector cars you could choose. We'd take it over a Ford Focus, it's that good. And it has the slickest manual gearbox of any car of this kind that you could choose. Automatic transmission is optional, but for goodness sake, try the stick shifter before you stump up for the self shifter. There's only one engine option, a so-called Skyactiv X power plant. It's a development of the Skyactiv G 2-litre petrol unit used in base versions of the Mazda 3 hatch, but it's very different, developing 180 PS and using what the brand calls spark-controlled compressed ignition, or SPCCI. That's a patented lean burn process that delivers exceptional efficiency. Now, interestingly, it incorporates a supercharger, not for extra performance, although torque is increased by up to 30% over the Skyactiv G unit, but instead to ensure that there's enough air in the engine for the compression ignition to work properly. Rest to 62 takes 8.2 seconds en route to 134 miles an hour. Now, unlike in a Mazda 3 hatch, you can't choose to have that power plant mated with the brand's iActive all-wheel drive system. So, reasons to buy the saloon version of the Mazda 3 over the hatch. One reason why you might buck the Mazda 3 buying trend and choose this saloon over the hatch is that you may think this four-door looks a touch more elegant than its showroom stablemate. The reason volume-branded compact four-door models just don't sell here is that they often look boring. Fiat Tipo Saloon, anyone? But this Mazda really doesn't. In fact, it has quite a strong visual identity. Get a nicely specified one, ideally painted in the brand's trademark Sol Red metallic, and a far pricier Audi A3 Saloon looks rather dull and bland by comparison. Of course, the other key reason for choosing this notchback body style is that you'll get more boot space. Quite a lot more, actually, 419 litres. That's 55 litres more than the 5-door version. It is a little harder to just drop your bags into this saloon model's trunk, though. Of course, the front part of the cabin is no different from the Mazda 3 hatch. There are smart materials crafted with interesting design, and button clutter has been well and truly banished. Plus, you get a big, clear 8.8-inch display on top of the dash that's nicely angled towards the driver. And there's a lower rotary controller for that, so you don't have to stab away at inexact touchscreen functionality in the way that is necessary with many rival setups. As for the rear seat, well, there's a fraction less of a sloping headline in the saloon than there is in the Mazda 3 hatch, so it'll be better for the carriage of taller adults. Prices are identical to those of the Skyactiv X version of the Mazda 3 hatchback, which means that the saloon range kicks off at around £23,500 and tops out at around £30,000. Now, within that £6,000 window are no fewer than 5 different spec combinations. The trim levels start with SEL, step up through SEL Lux, Sport Lux, GT Sport and GT Sport Tech. Avoid the 2 base trim levels and you'll be offered the £1,540 option of automatic transmission. Standard kit across the range includes high-end technology such as a windscreen projecting colour head-up display with traffic sign recognition, Mazda radar cruise control and LED headlights across the range. Every model in the lineup also features navigation, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and an advanced 8-speaker audio system. Sport Deluxe models feature a reversing camera, smart keyless entry and heated front seats. This GT Sport version includes black leather seats with power adjustment, a heated steering wheel and a Bose audio setup, while the range-topping GT Sport Tech features a suite of additional active safety equipment, including a 360-degree camera and a driver monitoring system with an interior camera. Mazda has taken a refreshingly honest approach to fuel efficiency here. Rather than offering downsized engines which do really well on the rolling roads of the EU's computerized fuel economy tests, it has instead offered this Mazda 3 with a larger capacity 2-litre power plant, which it claims works a whole lot better in typical real-world driving conditions. The Saloon is slightly more aerodynamic than the hatchback, and it comes only with the engine that we would most recommend in this car anyway, the 180 PS Skyactiv X unit. This unit is based on the 2-litre, normally aspirated, mild hybrid Skyactiv G powertrain found in cheaper versions of the Mazda 3 hatch, but it can run far leaner than any ordinary petrol power plant ever could. It improves efficiency by up to 30% over the Skyactiv G, and that's helped by a supercharger, which ensures that there's always enough air for the clever spark-controlled compressed ignition system to function. The result is a set of WLTP fuel and CO2 readings that should better those of many conventional diesel models in this segment. Think up to 52.3 mpg and 122 grams per kilometre from a powerful 180 PS engine. Have cake and eat it. It's that simple. Now this comes courtesy of a groundbreaking SPCCI spark-controlled compression ignition system. The Mazda 3 Saloon will be a rare sight on British roads, but the few folk who do choose this body style will, we think, feel rather satisfied. There are lots of things we like about the Mazda 3 hatch, the great driving dynamics, the quality cabin with its premium infotainment system, the sharky front end and the efficient yet responsive Skyactiv X engine. All of these, of course, also feature with the Saloon body style, which to some extent corrects one of the few things that we didn't like about the Mazda 3 hatch, its rather pokey rear cabin. Still, to choose one of these, you're going to have to be prepared to buck a few fashionable trends. Something tells us, though, that a typical Mazda 3 Saloon customer won't be too worried about doing that.